So like one of the things that actually shocks me is the fact that people live this life and they will die and they haven't received the presence of God yet. They had their whole lives to choose God. They had their whole lives to seek after Him. But because of sin, because of their flesh, they decided to neglect that. They will stand before God on Judgment Day just to be separated from Him for eternity. And because they chose to chase after worldly things, they decided to chase after the desires of the flesh, all these different things. And our souls were meant for God. Our souls were developed and programmed for the presence of God. That's why somebody can chase after girls and money and cars and all these other worldly possessions and still not feel satisfied, because our souls were meant for more than that. Our souls were meant for the presence of God. That's why when someone seeks after God and finally encounters His presence, their lives will be changed completely. One example is, it's not really the best example, but after someone has been burnt with fire, like let's say like a house fire, like their face or their hands, they look completely different. They have a different appearance. And the Bible says in Hebrews that God is a consuming fire. How I want to correlate this is that when you encounter the presence of God, His fire, His presence will purify you, will change you and transform your life. And so when you seek the presence of God and when He transforms you, you will never be the same again. A second example that I want to use comes from Matthew 25, and it speaks about Jesus giving this parable of 10 virgins. And it says, "At that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. The foolish ones took their lamps but did not take any oil with them. The wise, however, took oil in jars along their lamps. The bridegroom was a long time in coming, and they all became drowsy and fell asleep. At midnight the cry rang out, 'Here's the bridegroom, come out to meet him.' And all the virgins woke up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish ones said to the wise, 'Give us some of your oil, our lamps are going out.' 'No,' they replied, 'there may not be enough for both of us and you. Instead, go to those who sell oil and buy some for yourselves.' But while they were on their way to buy the oil, the bridegroom arrived. The virgins who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Later the others also came. 'Sir, sir,' they said, 'open the door for us.' But he replied, 'I tell you the truth, I do not know you. Therefore keep watch, because you do not know the day or the hour.'" And this just really correlates to what I'm trying to say right now, is that there will be people on Judgment Day who were actually ready, who were actually pursuing Christ with their hearts. And there will be others, the goats, as Jesus describes them, the sheep and the goats. There will be the goats, those who decided to ignore Jesus, those who decided to neglect the gospel, those who decided to live for themselves, to live for their flesh, to live for themselves, only to be separated from God. Let this be a warning and a way of an awakening for you, that you should turn away from your sin and turn to God before time runs out.